As the volunteer title suggests, much of your role will be keeping track of scores and stats at the field. Let's use an example to illustrate how to fill out your stat sheet and collect the information which will be made available to media and athletes at the USA Ultimate website. You have a copy of this example sheet in your binder. The example illustrates an intergalactic championship game between the Earthlings and Martians. It's the mixed division, and it's round 2 on Saturday. All of this information should be filled out when you receive your binder. The rest is for you to record during the game. Please fill in your name in the Scorekeeper field. Record information about jersey color, who pulled first, and the direction of the pull from your perspective on the sideline. The most important of these is who pulled first, since it helps the statistics team understand the rest of the document. Over the course of the game, you'll be collecting information about 4 key statistics. Goals, which player caught the disc for a goal. Assists, which player threw for a goal. Turnovers, which offensive player is responsible for losing possession of the disc. Defense, which defensive player, if any, had a direct hand in intercepting or knocking away a disc, causing a turnover. You won't be recording every throw and catch, just these key statistics. The Martians are pulling to the Earthlings to begin the game, so the Earthlings start on offense. The Earthlings receive the pull and move the disc swiftly and effectively up the field, scoring the first point of the game. Record the number of the player who caught the goal, number 8, in the G column. Record the number of the player who threw the goal, 43 in this case, in the A column. Note the score as 1-0 in the center score column. Since the Martians made no plays during this point, I like to draw a light line through the field, not shown on your example, to keep me from accidentally entering stats on this line. The Earthlings now pull to the Martians. Number 7 on the Martians receives the pull, passes to 14, who swings to 3. 3 looks up the field and throws. Oh! Number 10 on the Earthlings makes a diving play and knocks the disc out of bounds. Since number 10 touched the disc on the play, record a defense for number 10. Number 3 is responsible for the Martian turnover, even if the player being thrown to wasn't hustling enough. Turnovers almost always go to the thrower. The only times a turnover will go to the receiver is if they drop a disc that hits them near the center of their bodies. A drop on a catch made overhead, or at ankle height, or on a dive is still a turnover on the thrower. The throwers are expected to make better throws. Earthlings now have possession. 10 retrieves the disc from out of bounds and makes a beautiful throw to a streaking number 8. Record the goal for number 8, the assist for number 10, and mark the score 2-0 in the center column. It's important to keep a full running score. Don't put a hash mark in the score column. Don't record only the points for the team that scored. Always enter the full score status on each line of the score sheet. This helps with the bookkeeping and provides a useful check. Earthlings will pull to the Martians on this point. Martians receive and start moving the disc up the field. Let's pause here to talk about how best to follow the action. You may have a partner. One of you can focus on the play on the field, while the other focuses more on the stat sheet. It can help to mutter along with the play. Number 7 receives a pull, passes to 14, swings to 3, throws 2, and here you can't see the number. Use a placeholder. Long ponytail, who swings to 14. Oh, long ponytail is 9, who passes to 7, who throws a goal to 3. Record the score as 2-1 in the center column, and mark the goal for 3 and the assist for 7. If you can't see who threw an assist or scored a goal, ask the teams. You'll often get a response like, "Pat caught it." Then ask the follow-up, "What's Pat's number?" Asking these is easier for assists and goals than it is for Ds and turnovers, but do your best. We understand it's difficult, and we appreciate your making the best effort to get it right. Martians are pulling to the Earthlings. Earthlings move the disc until number 5 sends the disc too long to the deep cutter. There was defensive pressure on the throw and on the deep run, but no defender actually touched or caught the disc, so no D is marked. The Martians turn it over as well, and the Earthlings score. Both teams record turnovers on the point. The Earthlings record a goal and assist, and the central score track is updated to the current score 3-1 in favor of Earth. We won't go through every point in this example, but here are some additional notes. As teams take timeouts, record them at the top of the stat sheet. If there's a Callahan score, where a defender catches the disc in the end zone they are attacking, mark a turnover on the thrower, a D, a goal, and no assist. Circle the score and make a note. If you're not sure if it is a Callahan, ask a player on the sidelines. There's a good chance one of the teams will be going nuts, because these are a pretty big deal. Late in our game between the Earthlings and Martians, a sudden squall blows in, and the game gets sloppy. You'll see that we run out of space on the turnovers in D fields, and an asterisk is added in the last spot. Look farther down your score sheet, and you'll see spaces marked with asterisks for just such a purpose. Continue scoring on this line. Once the game wraps up, enter the final score in the boxes at the bottom of the stat sheet. Double check that your name is on the stat sheet and follow the radio or reporting procedures specific to your tournament. You may need to collect spirit score information from the teams, and don't forget the name placards from the scoreboards and the game discs. Thank you for scorekeeping at this event.